What's up, YouTube? How you guys doing? Chris Rod, Sun City Lawn Care. Welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great day, enjoying your weekend. Today is now Sunday, and it's a day off to enjoy the lawn. So today what we're going to be talking about is a topic that I'm getting a lot of questions about from clients or some consultations that I've done, and I've given guys, homeowners some free advice. That's part of the consultation. There's no charge. And that's about fertilizing, okay? And when should I fertilize? How much fertilizer should I use? And what spreader settings I should have my spreader on, okay? All of that information we're gonna talk about today in this video. Y'all stay tuned. Guys, what's up? How you guys doing? Welcome back. Okay, so fertilizers. We're in triple digit heats. I think I saw 105 degrees on the console on my dashboard yesterday. El Paso, Texas. We got dry climate. I hope y'all can hear me with this wind. Dry climate, and right now we're experiencing increased humidity because of our increased rain. Okay, we're in our what's called a quote unquote monsoon season, if you will. We don't get no monsoons in El Paso, but what we do have is like flash floods, things of that nature. We hardly get any rain. Throughout the year, I think we're in between 6 to 8 inches in total, so we've got some increased humidity. But the point I'm trying to make is the fertilizer applications, okay? Should you still fertilize during the heat of the summer? And this applies to you guys up north in the transition zone, anywhere in the south. To answer your question, it's not a matter of should you apply or can you apply fertilizer during the summertime. It's really a matter of do you want to or not, okay? Or do you need to, okay? Or would you like more growth in the heat of the summer, okay? So we have to think about a couple things when you guys are doing fertilizer applications in the summertime. You have to think about, one, your grass type. For example, if you've got a northern grass type, you guys up in the north or transition zone growing Kentucky bluegrass, turf type tall fescue. In the summertime, you don't push a lot of growth. I'm betting a lot of your lawns are dormant right now. I've got tall fescue in my front yard. It's a very small patch that I do test trials on, and it is stressed. I do not push a lot of fertility, or I don't put any actually I do, I do put 0.25 25% down of fertilizer. We did an application July 4th weekend. Do I want to do it though? Yes, is the question. I still want to fertilize during the summertime. You just don't push a lot of fertilizer in the summertime. So what do I mean by a lot? Going back to the, I'll answer that question here in a second, but going back here in the south, Bermuda lawn, southern lawn, St. Augustine, Centipede, Zoysia, your Bermudas again. You continue to fertilize in the summer because in the summer is when that grass is growing. So spring, it's coming out of dormancy, starting to grow. Summertime, it peaks and then falls back down into that slower growth rate come here in El Paso, September, October, before it goes into dormancy. So you still fertilize in the summertime. Why? Because we want a nice green lawn for all our barbecue weekends, all our summer pool parties. So you still push fertilizer, but that's the ultimate question. Do I fertilize in the summer here in the south? Yes. But the flip side of that coin is you do not push a lot of fertilizer. This is going to go back to that original statement I made. We don't push a lot of fertilizer in the summer. So what does that mean to not push or not throw down or not apply a lot of fertilizer? Well, what I've got here are a couple bags of fertilizer that I'm going to show you guys how to figure out how many pounds of this product to apply. Because believe it or not, and I know this because I talk to homeowners all the time, every single day, they do not know or they can't tell me how many pounds of a product or a fertilizer they applied during their last application. They call me because their lawn's jacked up or something's ruined, and they need some help with it. So then that's where I come in and we do the consultation and, how many pounds of the product did you put in? I don't know. That's the response I get. And there's nothing wrong with that except for the fact that everything's wrong with it. You have to understand that you guys are applying macronutrients, okay, nutrients to a plant. So If I ask you, how much milk did you drink today, or how many bananas did you eat, you're going to be able to tell me. I had a glass, that's 8 ounces. I had one banana, 2 bananas. The only fact is you can't tell me how much potassium or how much calcium is exactly in that glass or in that banana, okay, unless you look it up. So with our bodies, we consume nutrients, macronutrients, micronutrients, okay? We need to make sure that we comprehend and understand the same thing applies to the lawn, guys. However, because you're dealing with nature and, you know, you're dealing with waste of a product, we're talking about money that can be wasted, you need to dive deep into this and comprehend how important it is that if you over apply a product because you didn't know how many pounds you put down, you can ruin your lawn. It's not worth the risk, guys. We all put a lot of money into our lawns as homeowners, okay? Thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars. If your budget's $50, the money's spent, okay? So don't waste it if you don't need to. Going back to the original statement I made earlier about not applying too much, or we don't apply a lot of product during the summertime heat, okay? If you're up north, you shouldn't be applying any fertilizers unless you want to. You should still continue to feed the lawn, okay? Small doses, okay? Here in the lawn care community, we talk about spoon feeding, guys. Sorry about that. We talk about, it's my day off. We talk about spoon feeding. So what does it mean to spoon feed a lawn? Essentially, a spoon feeding is an application of fertilizer that is subpar to the standard application rate, okay? So the normal application rate here in the lawn care community is anywhere from 1/2 pound of nitrogen to 3/4 of a pound of nitrogen per application per 1,000 square feet. Everything that we talk about in the lawn care community is per 1,000 square feet, okay? If you've got 10,000 square feet, you just do the math on 10,000 square feet. If you've got 20,000 square feet, and the math goes on, okay? Here in El Paso, we deal with a lot of smaller yards. Everybody's yard's small, okay? You know, we're only a community of about 750,000 people. The homes are, you know, they're not huge 1/4 acre, 1/2 acre, full acre plus lots, okay? My yard back here, I'm dealing with 1,000 square feet in the backyard, and I've got maybe 50 square feet. Nah, it's probably about 100 square feet in the front. So I keep my math simple, and all my applications are based on 1,000 square feet. Okay, so let's dive into some of this fertilizer. The first one I'm going to start off with, and the reason why I'm picking this one is because this is a typical product that you're going to get from Home Depot or Lowe's, your big box stores, or wherever you guys shop, Ace Hardware, wherever it is. Scott's. Scott's is a great product. There's nothing wrong with it. It does its job, and that's fine and dandy, okay? Everybody sees Scott's. It's a household name, so we figured let's go ahead and grab a bag and let's get some of this product down. The problem, though, and what I want you guys to understand, and this is definitely going to appeal to either some of my clientele or people that are watching that I've done consultations with. There's nothing wrong with this bag, but what you have to understand is that there's 2 types of fertilizers, okay? You've got synthetic fertilizers and you've got organic fertilizers. What's the difference between the two? There's a lot of difference between the two, okay? Then you've got the coated seed, the non-coated seed. What you have to understand is that these synthetic fertilizers, especially Scott's, they're quick release nitrogen, okay? So what does that mean? It means that the second you put this down, it's gonna start doing what it's supposed to do. And then you've got slow release nitrogens, okay? Your organic fertilizers, it's healthier for the environment, okay? It's healthier for the pets, the children. You can play on it afterwards. The synthetics, you could do the same as far as, you know, getting on the lawn and whatnot, but that you've got increased risk with the synthetic fertilizer, I think, is my ultimate point, as opposed to organic fertilizers. So let's talk about this real quick. Let's dive into this. How much of this product should I apply per 1,000 square feet? Okay, there's some math you got to do, okay? So if you failed math in school, I'm sorry. Research a YouTube video or just keep watching. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Don't forget to subscribe and like, okay? Leave me a comment at any point in time if you guys have questions. I'll make sure to get back to them as soon as possible. Okay. What you have to understand about this bag and when you're shopping is you're looking for some small numbers on this bag, somewhere down at the bottom. Scott's does a really good job at hiding these numbers. You have to literally focal point when you're a shopper, but when you're a lawn care applier, applicator, homeowner that cares, you literally have to turn this bag and look for that number right there. And I'm going to show you some other examples where they're on the front of the bag, guys. Okay, so we dive deep into this Scott's bag, and then this is an analysis of the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium ratio of this bag. So here we have a 24, 25, 4. That means 24% of this bag contains nitrogen. And this is a anamonical urea nitrogen. Very important to note that as well. And then you've got the 25% phosphorus and 4% of potassium. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Remember that. Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. So, talking about this, and I took a couple notes because I always like to do some math as well, as you guys should, because when you're doing applications of fertilizer, you have got to do some basic math, some division and some addition, if you will, multiplication. You know what? Oh, let me scroll back here. Okay, so going back to the Scott's Turf, the numbers, you write down the numbers, okay, 24, 25, 4. Okay, that's your NPK rate. The other two numbers you need, this bag weighs 15 pounds and it covers 5,000 square feet, okay? I'm gonna put up some print here for you guys, but what you need to understand is you take those three numbers, you write them down, then you gotta do some math. All you're going to do when you were shopping, okay, or you're trying to decide on which application, which fertilizer to use, or you did a soil test and you only need to apply X amount of fertilizer. It's very important to know this. All you're gonna do is you're gonna take the pounds of the bag. So we're gonna take 15 pounds and divide it by 5/1000ths of a square feet, okay? So there's 5,000 square feet. We're just gonna divide the 5,000 by 1,000. That gives us 5, right? Because there's 5/1000ths square feet in 5,000 square feet. So you're gonna take 15 pounds divided by 5. What's 15 divided by 5? 3. That means per 1,000 square feet, you only apply 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet. 3 pounds of fertilizer per 1,000 square feet. Okay, well, Chris has got 1,000 square feet, so that means I only need to apply 3 pounds of this product, okay? It's a 15-pound bag, so I should technically get 5 applications. 3 pounds times 5 applications. 3 times 5 is 15,000 square feet. I'm sorry, 5,000 square feet. Did I say that right? Yeah, 3 pounds times 15. That's all you guys got to do, okay? Take the weight of the bag, divide it by how many square feet it covers, okay? On the square feet of coverage, you have to divide that number by 1,000, okay? And that's your multiplier. So that's Scott's Turf Builder, okay? Another way that I like to do it is you take, and this is how you check your math, because remember earlier I stated that we only apply 1/2 pound to 3/4 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet per application. So what you can do is you can take your NPK rate, okay? So this example is 24% of this bag contains nitrogen. You take your 24%, you turn it into a decimal, okay? That equals 0.24. And then you can pick a number. Say you only want to apply 1 pound, because remember, in the summertime, going back to the original conversation, we're spoon feeding the lawn. So you give it less than the industry standard of 1/2 pound or 3/4 pound. So in the summertime, say I only want to get 0.25%, 25%. Well, this bag contains 24% of nitrogen. So to get my 25 or 0.25 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet, all I got to do is apply 1 pound, because it's already 24%. What if I want to apply 2 pounds? So to double check your math, guys, on the 1/2 pound or 3/4 pound, and I know I'm going back and forth, this guy can get kind of confusing, but you can simply do this, okay? If we're spoon feeding our lawns less than 1/2 pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet, you take that nitrogen rate, turn it into a decimal, in this case 0.24, and multiply that, say, times 1. That's going to give you almost a quarter of a pound of nitrogen. Say I wanted a little less than half, I would multiply it times 2 pounds. 0.24 times 2 pounds of product, well, that's going to give me 0.48 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. Does that make sense? That's less than half a pound. What did I say earlier? In the summertime, we do less or spoon feed than the industry standard. We give it a little bit of nitrogen, spoon feed it like you're feeding a baby, right? So summertime, you should only be applying a pound or 2 of this per 1,000 square feet in the summertime. Now this is a starter fertilizer. Technically, you wouldn't want to use this in the summertime unless you are seriously nitrogen and phosphorus deficient. Okay, but this right here, I only use this bag. Oh wow, I didn't even notice that. Also great for sod and grass plugs. I literally use this bag for my sod installations at the beginning of the summer, guys. Okay, so I hope that wasn't too confusing, but I do want to give you guys another example. I'm going to give you 2 more examples. I'm trying to not make this video too long. This is ammonium sulfate, okay? This is a local product. Well, not local. It comes out of, I think, Arizona. I'm sorry, Tennessee. Way off. Okay, this is a 2100. The point I'm trying to make here is 2 things. One, this is a ammonium sulfate is different from urea nitrogen. Okay, and this is the number right there. See that big old number? They are not trying to hide that percent at all. It's right there, okay? You have to pay attention to these nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium nutrient ratios, okay? 21% of this bag is nitrogen. In my lawn, and I'm using this particular bag in my lawn, and in sandy soil systems, if you've got a high pH and your calcium and your magnesium are high, you more than likely need to switch over to an ammonium sulfate to reduce your pH so that the calcium, if you've got a high calcium or magnesium, can be utilized by the turf, okay, or the garden beds. And that's real technical. I'm not going to get into that, but you may need to switch over to this. The point I'm trying to make is that look for these numbers. They are not trying to hide that at all. However, this bag does tell me that it's 50 pounds, okay? The key that's missing on this bag, the one aspect that, you know, Scott's did a really good job at, and another brand I'm going to show you that does a really good job at, is it tells you how many square feet this bag, those bags cover. This does not. There's no covers 1,000 square feet, covers 15,000 square feet. I looked everywhere, and there's even this tag on the front that it's a warning label, and it's not under there either. And so that kind of throws you up. So, well, Chris, if I'm trying to figure out how much of this product I need to apply, how do I do that if it doesn't tell me how many square feet it covers? Okay, this goes back to my second example of how you check your math on that half pound or 3/4 pound application rate. All you gotta do is take that 21%, turn that into a decimal, so that's 0.21. And what did I say earlier? If you're doing spoon feeding, okay, we want it less than half a pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. So 0.21 times 1 pound is gonna give me literally 0.21 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. So 0.21 times 2 pounds is going to give me 0.42 pounds of nitrogen, which again is less than half a pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. So this is a 50-pound bag. So you do the math on how many pounds of nitrogen you need. This literally, because I'm only doing for my 1,000 square feet, because I'm in a process of lowering my pH, I'm only doing 2.5 pounds of nitrogen per application. This bag's gonna last. I've done 3 applications, so you could take your 2.5 pound applications, divide that by 50 pounds. This is gonna give me a little less than 25 applications. 50 pounds divided by my 2.5 pounds per applications. 50 divided by 2 is already 25, so it's gonna give me a little less than 25 applications. I ain't gonna be doing but 7 or 8 applications per season, so technically this bag is gonna last me 3 years, 2-3 years, depending on how many I apply, right? Okay, so the last example I got for you guys, this is another product that I used at the beginning of the season. I actually did 1 application with this at the very beginning. We use this with our clients, client properties, if requested. And this is the Yard Mastery Flagship, okay? This is a phenomenal product for very many reasons, okay? One, it's got a sufficient amount of nitrogen and potassium, okay? The reason why I selected this product is with our sandy soil systems here in El Paso, we typically experience an extremely high amount of phosphorus, okay? I know, where this product comes from, they have phosphorus blackout periods, okay, where you can't apply any phosphorus whatsoever, okay, and that's typically in the summertime. Phosphorus can be an exuberant amount of phosphorus can be extremely dangerous for the environment. You hear about phosphorus runoffs, okay, into our lakes, rivers, oceans, and that extreme amount of phosphorus, if over applied, and this goes back to the whole reason we're having this video conversation, is knowing how much of a product and a particular macronutrient or micronutrient you're applying. If you over apply phosphorus and you have, a severe thunderstorm and you've got wash off into your water streams, you're going to create an algae bloom, okay? Bad for animals, bad for sea life, the river life. It destroys everything. So they create products like this, okay, that have zero phosphorus. You would not know to apply this again if you didn't get a soil test. Okay, years ago, in every season, I get a soil test, and we are extremely high on phosphorus in our sandy soil systems. Okay, so we have to apply. And when you guys are shopping here in El Paso, primarily, when you're shopping for a fertilizer, you need to understand whether or not you even need to apply phosphorus. If you do, great. If you don't apply it, because then you're over applying, bad for the environment. You're not being a steward towards the environment. Okay. Again, going back to this, the analysis, the point of the video, 2406. Yard Mastery did a great job. They put the numbers are right there at the top. They're not trying to hide anything. 45-pound bag covers 15,000 square feet. So how do we do the math again? We take the weight of the bag, 45 pounds, okay, divided by 15. You have to convert the 15,000 square feet to a thousandths decimal, okay? That turns it into 15 because there's 15 1,000ths of a square feet inside 15,000 square feet. So 45 divided by 15, that's going to give you 3. 3 pounds of fertilizer per 1,000 square feet of lawn, okay? Going back to the math, okay, so if you apply that 3 pounds of product per 1,000 square feet, 3 pounds times 24% of nitrogen. 3 times 24, that's, what are we going to give you? 3, 12, 0.72% of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet, okay? Remember I said earlier, and I've been saying it throughout the video, we only apply 0.5, half, to 0.75, 3/4 of a pound of nitrogen per application per 1,000 square feet. So applying 3 pounds of this product is on that higher side. Summertime, what are we doing? We're spoon feeding the lawns, guys. So you go less than 3 pounds, okay, to give you that spoon feed during the summer, if you will. So if we're applying 3 pounds of this product during normal applications, and I just want to spoon feed it a little bit of nitrogen during the summer, chop that sucker in half. What's half of 3? 1.5 pounds. 0.72 divided by 2, I can't even do that in my head right now. But essentially, it's going to give you less than that half pound of rate of nitrogen. Do a little spoon feeding. And this is a 45-pound bag. If you're going to be applying a half a pound or a pound and a half or 3 pounds divided by 45 pounds, that's going to give you a lot of applications per 1,000 square feet per season. You only need 7 to 8 applications per season, especially if you're on the spoon feeding program or if you're doing that half pound rate of nitrogen, okay? So the last thing I want to talk about in regards to Flagship, and again, this is no promotion. I don't even use this in my own lawn right now, okay? Because I'm trying to reduce my pH again. And so the reason why, the reason why this is a phenomenal product is because it's also got some micronutrients in it, okay? It's got boron, copper, iron, 3% of iron, okay? Magnesium, zinc, and it gives you some good descriptions on, oh wow, I didn't even notice that. They put it right there for you. Spreader settings, 3 pounds per 1,000 square feet. Okay, and it's got different earth weight. Oh, I'm sorry, it's got the Scott's Elite, the edge guards. It tells you the spreader setting that you need to have your spreader setting. So another example I can give you guys is a product that I've been over time recommending to clients, simply because it's kind of a hybrid organic, if you will, is Milorganite. You can get that at the big box stores, and I recommend it because it's, you know, semi-organic. It's got biosolids in it, and, you know, it's a great way to introduce yourself to an organic product, if you will. And there's a lot less risk than using a synthetic, or maybe some of the fertilizers that we're talking about here today. Is you can apply a ton of this product and it just won't do any damage to the lawn itself. Okay. The analysis on the bag, okay, is a 640. Okay, 6% nitrogen, 4% phosphorus, 0% potassium, and then let's see here. It weighs it's a 32-pound bag, and it covers 2,500 square feet. Okay, so for those of you that either I've talked to about Milorganite, or you guys are just, you've come across it yourselves, how much of that product should you guys be applying? Okay, again, take the weight of the bag. Okay, it's a 32-pound bag, and it covers 2,500 square feet. Okay, convert that 2,500 square feet into 1,000s. Okay, that's going to give you 2.5, right? 2.5 times 1,000 is 2,500. Okay, 2,500 square feet. Okay, take the 32 pounds, divide that by 2.5. Okay, and that's going to give you 12.8 pounds of fertilizer to apply per 1,000 square feet. Okay, well, Chris, what if I've got 5,000 square feet? Okay, you take that 5,000 square feet and you multiply it times the 12.8. Okay, that's going to give you the total number of pounds that you need to go and buy to apply of Milorganite. Okay, that can apply to any product that's out there. Milorganite's a little interesting on that one because it's got the 2,500 square feet coverage per bag. Okay, so the math's a little different. It gives you a decimal at 12.8 pounds per 1,000 square feet. Just round it up to 13 pounds or round it down to 12 pounds. Keep your math as simple as possible, okay? But the point that I'm trying to make on how to figure out how many pounds to apply, take the weight of the bag divided by the square feet. Just don't forget the square feet of coverage. Just don't forget to convert that square feet of coverage into 1,000s, okay? So 15,000 divided by 1,000, 2,500 square feet of coverage divided by 1,000, 2.5. Okay, so those examples I hope help out. And then your spreader settings, you know, I think with Milorganite, it gives you a couple examples, but you should be like at a 4.5 setting on there. Make sure you're going both ways, north, south, east, west. The simplicity behind that, or the purpose behind that, is to make sure you've got even coverage on the passes that you're making within your lawn. And again, the great thing about Milorganite is the decreased risk of burning the lawn. You can literally put down that whole bag and it won't ruin the lawn. It's an organic, semi-organic, okay? I call it like a hybrid organic, if you will. But lastly, again, though, what you have to remember, though, is going back to those soil tests. If your phosphorus is too high, you got to stop using products that have phosphorus, okay? You have to understand that certain elements lock up or don't allow the plant to utilize other elements, okay? So, for example, if you've got a high phosphorus, it may hold back the ability to utilize the calcium or the magnesium or the nitrogen for that matter. So you really have to make a transition between fertilizer products, and you're only going to know that if you guys do a soil test. Stay tuned, okay, because I'm going to be doing a review on a new spreader that I got. If you've been watching my videos, you should have seen the new spreader that I've been using versus one of the household name brands that you guys can get that I've been using for the past 3.5, 4 years. That's going to be an oncoming video. If you guys have any questions on how to do the math for the fertilizer you're using, please let me know in the comments, okay? Hopefully today, you know, the point was to discover, or, you know, talk about how many pounds of each one of these different kinds of products you can apply, and the math behind how to figure out how many pounds of that product you should apply per 1,000 square feet. I'm Chris Rod, Sun City Lawn Care. Check you guys later.